We got Grums, who says, Warner Brothers doubles down on DEI, changes name to inclusion to try to rebrand. Wait, hold up. That's the best they came up with? They're changing the name from diversity, equity, inclusion to inclusion? They couldn't think of a different word? They couldn't think, hey, let's call it Bridge 2.0? You can't do that? The makers of Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, has learned nothing, even after a $200 million loss and being forced to close many studios due to poor sales. Wasn't that Monolith? Was it Monolith? And Wonder Woman that they just recently closed? In a recent company-wide email shared with me, wow, okay, we got some direct insight here. Chief People and Culture Officer and Chief Inclusion Officer. Okay, just real quick before we go on. Those are two fake roles. Those aren't actual real jobs. Like, I hate to break it to whoever's working those positions. That's not a real job. You're not needed at the company at all. The work that you provide is done by human resources, not you. Proudly states, our success absolutely depends on having a team that's truly diverse. Yeah, your success, meaning you get to keep your jobs if you have this, because that's what your job is based on, reflects all perspectives and has a culture where our employees feel valued and respected. This is a self-fulfilling prophecy to make sure they have job security. By pushing this message forward, they're telling the world, hey, everyone, please trust the message and we can keep getting paid. These have always been our values, and that won't ever change. If that's the case, I don't know if you understand what the word always means, because that means it existed before you got there. And telling stories that shape culture and engage people all over the world takes commitment to diverse voices, perspectives, and experiences. Notice how now they're not even saying it makes it better. They're just saying, in order to tell a story that shapes culture, you need to have diversity. It doesn't make it good or bad or help sales or anything. It just brings people into your company that potentially are not qualified to work the jobs that they're being brought in for. Fully representing our audience is critical to our business, our content, and our culture. Why? Why? Define why. Notice they don't define why. Because they're making money from outside sources. They're either getting investment dollars from BlackRock, Vanguard, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, WEF, or low interest loans, or tax breaks for checking boxes at the end of the year, or USAID, whatever fill in the blank Mad Libs word you want to put in here. If they can't define the reason why they're doing it for money, guys, and they can't tell you that because that would look really bad. So they just want to pander and get, the pander points, whatever the hell you call them. Virtue signal points. There we go. The virtue points. We are now and always will be committed to ensuring our values underpin how we operate as a company. Good. I'm sure things are going really well with WB right now. They joined Activision Blizzard, who also doubled down in continuing to promote this failed ideology, which is really a virtue mask for excluding and justifying unlawful hiring practices against white. And here's the big one that people often forget, because it's always just you see the multicolors and you never see any white people, and people just default to, and I'm guilty of this myself, where I'm just like, yeah, they're hiring other people instead of white people, but they're also hiring other people instead of Asian people or as many of them will put it, white adjacent, who are gender normal. But don't worry, if these people identify as a different gender or a different kind of thing they do when they close the bedroom door, or sometimes they leave the bedroom door open with some of these people, they are higher likelihood at being hired, just based off the percentages of the hire rates that we've seen at all these companies. They even show them out there. They're like proud of it. Until Warner Brothers turns this around, their games will continue to be expensive blunders. They don't even care. They don't even care.
Lisa knows she won't win the lawsuit, so she's trying to get money from you any way possible, even if it's by working for you as an editor, LOL.
Shout out to Kyle Barra. Appreciate you, man. So here we have the leaked email that was shared with Grums. So let's check this out. Our continuing values and commitments include, imagine working at this company and getting this email. Imagine just seeing this, and I would be, my blood would be boiling. I'd be like, I don't want to work at a company that's racist and promotes racism. I don't want to be there, because this means they're proactively looking to check boxes instead of hiring colleagues that are the most qualified to work side by side me and make the best product possible. And legitimately, that's all it comes down to. The only people that are okay with this kind of mentality are the ones that are not qualified themselves. So they want to be surrounded with like-minded, unqualified people because, again, job security. At the end of the day, that's all it is. It's political pandering and job security. Leading with inclusion. Oh, this is different. Leading with inclusion. Our overarching work in this space will now be referred to as inclusive, which aligns with Asif's team will continue to oversee. Which aligns with Asif's team will, that doesn't even make sense. Our overarching work in this space will now be referred to as inclusive, which aligns with Asif's team will continue to oversee. That's DEI in action. Making this change better aligns our language with our focus throughout our company, in our industry, and across our content. We're updating the language we use to ensure the intent and impact of our actions are clear. You will now see this new approach being updated on WBD.com as well as our internal channels. Let's go there, shall we? Let's go there. Let's see. Well, you know the best way to do it. Hold on. Inclusive. Okay, they don't have it on the homepage. Okay, they don't have it there. So let's check out our values. Oh, literally, they have guiding principles, inclusion, and fucking ESG as a box to click on. Oh my God. It's literally right out there in the open. They're not even hiding it. How crazy. Environmental, social, and governance. At Warner Brothers Discovery, we strive to be the global leader in media and entertainment, serving audiences and consumers around the world with content that informs, entertains, and, when we're at our best, inspires. According to who? Because again, this goes back to a matter of perspective. If all you're doing is injecting DEI everywhere, that does not inspire me. That doesn't make me motivated. That actually is demotivating me. And they use Wonka, exactly. Classic. We are building on our strong legacies with the goal to do well as business while also doing good as members of communities around the world. We intend to build upon our previous commitments and legacy programs as a champion for diverse voices. Okay, so what they're doing right now is they are doubling down brazenly against a direct order from President Trump. And they're literally saying, no, we're doubling down on that. What that thing Trump said not to do, well, we're actually building upon it around the world, and ultimately foster a respected, successful, sustainable, and inclusive global media and entertainment company. Do they not notice the pushback by doing this is actually the opposite of being a respected company? Do they not realize that? Do they not think, oh, wait, people actually don't want companies to do what we're doing? People actually want the best people to work here? A message from our CEO. Hey, look at that. An old white guy pushing this on everyone. Oh, imagine my shock. At Warner Brothers Discovery, our mission is the greatest entertainment company in the world. Recognizing that our content reaches billions of people around the globe, we share a deep commitment to telling impactful stories that reflect a full range of human experiences and shape culture in a meaningful way. As we see it, we have an who's we? Who's we? You're writing this letter. Who is we? Are you speaking for the entire company? So now everyone at your company has to believe what you're saying here. Okay. We have an opportunity and a responsibility. No, you have a responsibility to not do this, as ordered and directed by the President of the United States, to make a difference in society in our commitments. And our strong focus on ESG underscores this commitment. It is core to who we are, and we're a better company for it. This is so brazen. It is wild. It is wild. Wow. The Nominating and Corporate Governance Committee. They have a fucking committee for this there? How much wasted money do they have? Oh my God, this is brutal. This is brutal. The board of directors, ESG oversight is provided by Nominating and Corporate Governance Committee and Audit Committee. I'm telling you guys, there's a directive to the board of directors. They don't do this out of the kindness out of their hearts. They're not like, oh, let's try to think of that poor bisexual trans black person that's shooting up coke on the side of the street or whatever the person's doing. I don't even know what drug, how you even do drugs, but they're not looking at that person like, oh, let's bring them in and we can provide them a place. No, they don't care. They want to make money. They want to make money. There's money coming from somewhere. There's no other reason a board of directors would just do this out of kindness. I think all of us have lived on this planet long enough to know that board of directors don't make decisions based off of kindness. Okay. That's not even a word that enters the equation when they make their decision making. So it's pretty brazen. Like I said, they just out here doing it and saying it. But my goodness, it's not just the ESG, but they also have, like Grubbs was talking about, the inclusion. Warner Brothers Discovery seeks to amplify the voices of global storytellers. So does this mean I'm not a storyteller? Am I too white for them to be a storyteller at WB? Is that what this means to me? Is that what I'm supposed to think? I would love to have a one-on-one conversation with them about what they mean by this inclusion, when all it does ultimately is exclude people that actually might be talented to provide things. And this is, by the way, a very frustrating angle to this. There are very talented Black people in this world. There are very talented marginalized people in this world. There are. It's a fact of life. There are. But with DEI, it throws a wrench into that well-oiled machine of meritocracy, where now everyone looks at those people that come into the company like, are they really talented, or are they checking a box? And I would be furious. I would be absolutely furious to know I'm living my life in a workplace that condones those kind of those actions. It's wild. It blows my mind. It angers me. Like, to a irrational length. Chief Inclusion Officer, GVP Inclusion International, white dude. VP Inclusion Workforce and Strategy, VP Inclusion Pipeline Programs. I love how they always have to make sure that the white guy's on top of the marginalized female and black people. It's always make sure the white guy's on top of every time, no matter what. It's so racist. It's so racist. Oh my God, this is crazy. Jonita Du, Executive Vice President of Integrity and Inclusion at CNN Worldwide. Well, I think we've seen what happened to CNN over the past few years too. So, yeah, that was a quick hitter, quick topic. But basically, the thing I wanted to leave it at is this is ultimately going to destroy WB, and based off of what we're seeing, especially in the game industry right now, they are, by all accounts, a completely dying company.